If you're on the Mini Pork Pie charity drive and you're at the foothills of Mount Ruapehu in a remote lodge somewhere, you're looking for things to do, you could either grab a cup of coffee, you could read a book while your Mini EV is charging, or if you happen to be joined by the GM of Mini Australia New Zealand, Alex Brockhoff, you could have a chat to him too. So I'll opt for that version. Alex, how's the trip going so far?
Thanks, Matt. Yeah, it's been pretty awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
the weather is not playing its part, but actually, to be honest, what a drive. I mean, it's such an incredible country to drive through. So, and then having such a strong community of Mini lovers and basically having that all together, the drive, the quite amazing cast that we can have on here. And it's been a real pleasure to be here.
Thank you. It's been a bit of a whirlwind trip for you. You landed, hopped in a car, drove straight to Pahia where the trip started, and have been on the road ever since. How has the country been treating you so far and the roads?
No, it's amazing. So I came on Tuesday, and we had a dealership opening actually on Hawke's Bay, a brand new Mini dealership, and it's been incredible. I mean, I've been here a couple of times now for work and also privately, and just love New Zealand. I'm already from Germany originally, but I live in Australia now for quite a long time. But it's always amazing to be in New Zealand. So really enjoy it here.
Alex is in charge of Mini for Australia and New Zealand, and he's very kindly taken some time out of his busy schedule to join Mini on one of their big calendar events here in New Zealand, which is, as you can see from his t-shirt, the Pork Pie charity run.
That's it.
So tell us about that, your first time joining this run and Mini's involvement and the history there. How has the response been on the ground with people?
I mean, the Pork Pie, I mean, what Pork Pie did to the Mini brand, I mean, I think that has created really a big passion for Mini in the country. And obviously, when that charity started, I think 2009, the first time since the inception, we've been part of it and sponsoring it. We had never the possibility to come and join, so I was actually really glad when I started this role in May last year, and I knew about this kind of hype around it that I said I definitely want to join. And be part of this quite incredible drive and the charity as well. So, and I think it's such a great cause, and I think that fits for Mini together with this Kids Can charity, and what the guys are putting together is incredible. So I'm really happy that I could join the trip.
Amazing. And Mini have been supporting this event for a long time, and finally we have Alex down here, and he's been taken to it like a duck to water, got in the car. He even took a convertible Mini as well in this.
Chose the wrong car with the weather, but anyway, it's still fun to drive.
It's been hard to sit down with you because a number of people have been coming up to you and talking about the Mini brand, their own stories, asking for discounts on new cars.
That's the first thing I get asked. But it's been really incredible, and I think the Mini brand, as I mentioned, in this country is so strong, and I mean, I took over a year ago, but from what I could see is in Mini in New Zealand is one of the highest market shares in the world actually.
Wow!
And so to be able to lead the brand for Australia and New Zealand has been actually really an honor, and it's been a pleasure as well. And, we're coming into a time where we've done so much investment into Mini because we have a complete new product lineup, and so from that point of view, it was very lucky for me to start at this time for the brand and in time of a life cycle changeover as well.
100%. And for this trip, so we'll be driving all the way down to Invercargill, and Mini have kindly put us behind the driving seat of their new Countryman S. So why don't you tell us a bit more about the Countryman? You have one personally in your family, and the appeal that it has to so many different people, as well as still being a Mini with the character and the customization and all of that.
No, definitely. Countryman is a big part of the overall portfolio. It's actually contributing as a standalone model to the biggest volume that we have nowadays. And nonetheless, I mean, we have a broad portfolio. And last year, when I actually started, we were in the process of changing over the complete fleet of our vehicles. It was actually the biggest investment that Mini has ever done into the product portfolio. And so we changed over all our Cooper models. We introduced the new Aceman, and then I obviously had a brand new Countryman as well.
Yeah.
And maybe if you look at these kind of three families, the Cooper family, the Aceman, as well as the Countryman, I think the portfolio overall makes complete sense now. The Countryman became a little bit bigger, so basically there to serve as potentially the first car in the household, which we really never had as Mini, but it still has the typical characteristics of a Mini. It's still a small SUV in comparable size, but it's big enough for you to have with, for example, two kids, like what I have at the moment. And to have that Countryman growing up a little bit, and obviously keeping the Cooper as the essential icon in the family, there was a bit of space in between those two cars, and that's when we introduced the Aceman, which is an electric only, small crossover SUV, as we would probably call it. So it's now really about Cooper family small, Aceman medium, and then Countryman large. Nice. But still around the character of Mini, which is about go-kart feeling. And it's about small footprints in terms of obviously sustainability features and making sure the impact is as small as possible also for the environment. And then also about the community, now more digitalized community and digital features that we put in all of those three cars. And the Countryman, it's a fantastic car. I'm driving the JCW. The kids love it. So they know nowadays red roof means fast Mini. So, but no, all three model ranges are fantastic cars. But obviously, the Coopers has been the icon, and that's what the brand has really been built on. From obviously 1959 all the way to now. And but the additions and obviously the SUV, I think segment is what is becoming bigger and bigger, and it's important to have a vehicle of that size in our range. And the Countryman is a great vehicle for that.
Amazing. And talking about the future, what's it looking like for Mini? You know, the going down the electric path, the also larger cars and things, while still staying true to the brand. Is that the goal going forward?
Yeah, I mean, this is really the important bit, that we have the power of choice, especially when it comes to drivetrains, because we have in the whole world such different kind of directions in terms of what are some governmental requirements, what does infrastructure look like. So we need to keep the possibility for us open to offer electric as well as petrol. And for us also to have then what I mentioned just before in terms of sizing, to have for the right segments that we feel is still fitting to the Mini brand, a right offer between different models. When it comes to electric, I think it's important that we're offering the Countryman obviously in petrol or electric. The Aceman is only electric, as it's more of a city car, small crossover SUV that fits really to the more urban areas. And then we have the Cooper that we also offer in the 3-door as petrol or electric. And the 5-door is then only petrol, as well as the convertible. So, but to have that choice between the different variants, it really creates, I think, for us the perfect balance to have the offering and then be able to adjust. And then every country is quite different when it comes to the share. So in New Zealand, you had a very high EV share when there were still the government subsidies until 2023, and they came off. And suddenly everyone pulled forward their purchases, and then it really dropped off. But now it's starting to, I think, come up to a decent level again. And we have started Q1 with about a 30% EV share, so it's still a good percentage of cars. And to have the possibility to sell both is very important. And that's something that we would like to, even going forward, to have the possibility and the power of choice between the drivetrains. And having those kind of different sized vehicles in the range.
And obviously, enough with the EV talk. You know, Mini have so much of motorsport history, off-road and on-road as well. And they had planned a track drive for us further up the country, but there was just so much rain. It was the best to call it off. But undeniably, JCW is still such a big part of the brand. So tell us about that. We love our sporty cars here in New Zealand, so how has that been in terms of uptake with the new Countryman and the sportier version?
We're actually about to launch all the JCW models we had it on the Countryman, but we're now about to launch it also on the Aceman and the Cooper range. And obviously, yes, as you mentioned, New Zealand has one of the highest shares of JCW as a share of sales. And same on the BMW side actually for M, and it's really, this country really loves anything about fast cars, and it's unfortunate that we couldn't go on the track. But nonetheless, I mean, those roads were quite amazing as well to experience it. But the Countryman, we have already in the market the JCW, and it's having a great share of JCW. I think once we launch all the vehicles, we have seen in the past shares up to 20% of the overall sales to be JCW. And I'm sure that the new cars that are just about to arrive to shores are going to be another great addition, because now we're not only offering petrol JCW, it's the first time we're actually also offering e-JCWs, so electric JCWs. And again, that power of choice, we have something for everyone. That we can take advantage of. But I can assure you, those cars are extremely fun to drive. So I'm looking forward to coming back, and then also taking one of those Cooper JCWs down the island. So.
Nice. And that would have been my next question, actually. When will we see you back, and will we see you hopefully on another pork pie run in future?
Well, I mean, it's been a lot of fun, and I would love to come back. It's always finding the time and the schedule, and whether I can join all of them, not sure. But definitely want to come back, and hopefully next time with a bit of sun and then a JCW convertible, maybe.
With the roof down, right?
Yeah, correct. But but otherwise, no, that would be good.
Amazing. All right, it's been a real pleasure, Alex, to have some time with you and to have you join the trip, and also the support from Mini. I know all of the guys and the other entries and the teams have really appreciated having that presence and the support that your head office has shown by yourself being here too. So thank you very much for your time, and we'll look forward to catching you hopefully on a sunnier day back here in New Zealand and in some other sportier Mini.
Yeah, no, that would be good. And thank you very much for the whole couple of days, and it's been a pleasure driving together as well down the island. And maybe tomorrow the weather is better, and we'll have another good day of driving tomorrow. So thank you very much, man.
All right, thank you very much, Alex.
Thanks.